What's up you guys, and welcome back to the channel. So today we're taking a look at some more Train Sim World 2, and we're back with the very first installment of the Rush Hour DLC, which is set in Boston. So it's the Boston Sprinter DLC, which I've this evening picked up. I picked up the digital deluxe version because well, it said it was optimized for Series S, Series X. I believe there's a full update to Train Sim World 2 which has gone out to update to Unreal Engine 4, along with a bunch of other changes which I'm going to show you briefly just from what I've established from my own sort of looking around the menus so far. Now, for this opening introduction to this Boston DLC, I am stuck in place here. I'm not too sure why that is, but I'll come back to that at some point, because really for this video I'm not looking to do this introduction. I really want to jump into a scenario. So what I'm going to do is go into the menu, and as you can see straight away, everything's changed here. So you've got an overview. We'll go to the left to start off with. You've got a control guide where you can see the locomotive, on foot, and camera controls. You've also got the turntable controls there as well. There's a couple of things which have changed with this, which I will look at and go into more detail in time. But you've also got a HUD indication as well, which is a good reference guide. You've also got a map now. Now this map is excellent. I love this. So it literally shows you the line in much more detail. It shows you the stops, the names of the stations, etc. We've also got a schedule, which you can see here. We've also got a message log. So kind of those two things I think were in place previously before. And you can press X here to go to the full map and see the full layout of this this particular DLC, this route. So as you can see, runs all the way down here. It's part of the Rush Hour DLC, so I'm expecting to see more passengers on the platforms, that type of thing. But what we'll do now is just come out of here. And I will say, if you actually want to get into the menu, if you want to get into the options themselves, if you hold down LB, it'll be holding down L1 on the PlayStation. This will take you back to the actual options. So what we're going to do is go to the main menu. We'll come out of here. Just give this a chance to load in. So yeah, I'm pleasantly surprised with this one so far. I like the menus. I like the way they look. I'll take you out of here just to start off with. Hopefully it won't kick us all the way back into the intro when we go back. But as you can see, I won't switch around too much here. But you can see the actual routes which we've got available at the moment. So I like this layout. I think it looks much better. We'll go back to the Boston Sprinter one. Thankfully it's took us back to this menu. So what we'll do is we'll do explore. I'm going to go at the scenarios. As you can see, I've done nothing. I've literally just opened this up. And from what I can tell, I think this marching in is probably the best scenario for us. The reason for that is because Foundations is 60 minutes approximately estimated there. And that's going to be more of a switching sort of one. We've also got Cold as Ice, which is again the F40PH-3C, which is a similar, I don't want to look at that train. I think I've covered that before, potentially, or a train similar to that. And also these last two are kind of the Amtrak cab cars, I believe. Although that last one there potentially could be a good option, I guess. But it's 50 minutes long. We're going to go for this one here, marching in, which is 40 minutes. So let's strap in. We'll get started with this one and we'll see what it brings about. Interested to see this Rush Hour thing. Now, overall, I wasn't actually going to I wasn't going to purchase this DLC at all, to be honest with you. My next DLC that I was going to pick up in my plan was to do the Steam DLC whenever that comes. But it says here, welcome to Southampton Street. We need to create our consist for the day ahead before heading out to Boston South Station, ready to begin passenger operations. Okay, well, thankfully we can move, and I will tell you guys, I haven't really played this game. I haven't played it at all, to be honest with you. I've literally just shifted the camera around. But look at that, 4K 60 frames per second. You'll be seeing it in 1080p, no doubt. But there we go, guys. Looking pretty good. Okay, let's climb aboard, like so. We get this door open, and we'll climb up here like that. We'll get in here like so, and take a seat. Oh no, press and hold the battery control button. It's been a while since I've played this game as well, so Hopefully this will get us started up. Okay, we're going to sit in the engineer's seat. And what's our next step? So set the reverser to neutral, so we've got the handle in at least. And no, not that one. There it is. Neutral. And then what's this one now? Pentagraph up. And we're gonna close this. Okay, yeah, that's the circuit's closed. We're gonna hold this one for 2 seconds. 5 seconds, sorry. In the start mode. Okay, good to hear that coming on. We'll close the door. Okay, and front headlight bright. See, this is why I'd love to have a mouse like on Flight Sim. Mouse available here, unfortunately it isn't. Even though I do have one that I've got plugged in at the moment. I believe it doesn't work. I'll tell you what, guys, we'll give it a whirl. Why not? Here we go. Right, we're on. Let's see what happens. Oh my days, are you joking? When did they add mouse support? And can we... Oh man, look at that. Oh, that is... I can't even express. Cannot express how good this is. I wasn't expecting this, and this is fantastic. So we've got full control of the camera now. We can click right to go into more precise mode. And we're now going to switch this to forward. If it'll let us do it. How do we do that? Because it won't let us move that. So mouse wheel zooms in and out. Why won't it let us do that though? So we're actually... Let's try again. Let's see if we can move it with this one. No. You can only zoom in and out. That's a bit... that's a bit of a disappointment. Okay. Let's crack on. Forward. Okay. This yard features manual junctions. The manual junctions will need to be set on foot before departing. Well, I doubt we'll be setting the manual junctions on foot, to be honest with you. We'll probably be doing it using the map, if that's still an option. I am looking for the... Let's use the mouse to look for the wipers. Let's have a look. Now, I'm not going to spend too long messing around here. But I am going to see if I can find the wipers here. Let's have a look. Desk light. See, how do you switch these things on with the mouse? This is very odd right now. Okay, well, we won't worry too much. I think, if I remember rightly, you can do it with the controller on the D-pad somehow. Toggle wipers, so yeah, a left click on the D-pad. There we go. Get that snow out of our way. So set the junctions to access the required track. So let's have a look, see what it wants us to do. So it wants us to go straight. Well, that's us. And we're going to go straight there. So let's see. Switch lever like that. Okay, that's that one done. Set the automatic brake to release. We'll switch to automatic brake by using the square button, and then we'll switch this back to release. Like so. And I'll get some power on. Get this thing moving a bit, I think. There we go. Looks like the speed limit is only 5 miles per hour here, so we're already breaking that. Okay, let's get it moving. I'll tell you what, we'll just ease the power off, get it into idle. Hopefully we won't have a fail or anything like that for doing anything silly. We don't have any lights at the moment to tell us what we should be doing. So we'll just try our best to read it as it comes, I guess. Let's have a look outside. Here we are. Little Amtrak. I think we want to be sort of thinking about braking. I haven't played this game for so long since my last video to be on this game, to be honest with you, which was the most recent route before this. We'll just ease the brakes off and roll it forward to the marker. Stop at the location as indicated. Hey, I'm chuffed about the mouse, but it's a shame that it doesn't work properly. Hopefully they'll get that sorted, because I've been waiting for mouse support for a long time. Okay, so we need to switch again here. Zoom out. So we want to be onto this other line now. So we'll switch this, and now that'll get us to go back into here. Looks like we're going to be connecting up here. So yeah, okay, let's get cracking. So we want the reverser into reverse. Let's see if we can do it on the D-pad. Oh, bad days. We've got the bell there. Right, okay. I'm going to have to have a look at the controls, because I believe that there's now a control to switch the bell off. So it's up on the D-pad. There we go. So yeah, I pressed the wrong thing there. Now, how do we do the reverser? There we go. We've got it on now. So that's still on the left stick. Okay, ready to roll, I think. We'll release the brakes and apply some power. Nice. And we'll just idle that again. Nice. Yep, loving it. Don't know why the lights stopped flashing there, but we're rolling back to our pickup point here. Hopefully we don't want to waste too much time doing this. We're probably on a schedule here, I would have thought. Let's have a look. Okay, well there's... I don't know whether there's any particular time schedule on hand here. But yeah. Back we go. I thought we were beeping there, but it must have been a vehicle or something. Is there a time? What time is it? So it says 7:40 when we did that last thing, that last requirement. So it's early hours of the morning here in America, but the one thing I will say is that it looks like the lighting's a lot better on this game now, because it was a nightmare in the dark before. I don't know whether you ever played this game when you've had a sort of night time assignment or an early morning one, but it's a nightmare. It was a nightmare to see. Looks like they've done quite a lot to make that right. Okay, we're moving along nicely here. Oh man, the graphics look great there. Look at that. The shine there as well. I wonder whether this game's got ray tracing now, because that's amazing. The lighting here is stunning. The reflections are wonderful there. Very good, very good. Very good, very good. Sorry if I'm just looking at this train from all angles. My mic keeps dipping down again. Still having the same issue since the kids touched it, so I apologise if it keeps going quiet. It's not intended. Okay, we're getting pretty close to where we want to be here, so I'll switch back to driver mode and we'll apply some brakes. Slow it down a little bit. Not that slow though. A little bit more. A little bit more. Let's see how we get on. Not too far away now from connecting up here. Looking forward to see how the passengers are on the platforms. Wonder how busy it is at this time of the morning. As you can hear the traffic flying by. That might be an indication. But there we go. We're connected up. Okay, so we want to stop at the next junction. Let's just double check, make sure we're alright coming out of here. So our next stop's there. And let's double check this one. It's leading us through to here where we are. We've already done that other switch, so we know that that's right. Okay, that's fine. Right, so we'll get this thing into forward. We actually went out there by accident. We'll release the brakes and we'll get a bit of power on. This thing moving along quite nicely. We've got a 10 mile per hour speed limit coming up, so we'll make use of that. I think we're currently under a 5-minute speed limit. This restriction makes things a little slow to get us started, unfortunately. Hopefully it won't affect us too badly though, as we go on. Once we get out of here, I think we'll be okay to pick up speed quite a bit. It's rush hour after all, guys, come on. So here we are, Boston South. I'm sure when we pull in here it's going to tell us to open the doors. Track 9. Unlock the doors, so let's get back behind the engineer's seat and see if I can figure this one out. There we go. So we'll use these controls to do that, although I'm sure we could have used these as well. I really hope they get the mouse sorted out. I mean, I've said that already, but it would be cool. Let's see. Is this the door switch? Nope. Oh, there's the wiper. That's good to know for future reference at least. There's the cab light. So that's kind of on the bright side of things, isn't it? The desk light might be quite useful. So either desk light or both, or console light. So that's the console light. Or both. That looks pretty good. That's quite nicely illuminated. So let's see how we're doing for loading here. I wonder which loco that is making that sound. I often get worried about that sort of loop sort of sound. I've had that occurrence a couple of times where I've had this loop sound play and then that results in a crash of the Xbox. It's only happened twice, but it has happened enough times for me to be concerned. So we've got the doors locked here. There we go. Right. Get this thing into forward. You've got to be careful of that. If you push too far, it pulls the reverser into out mode. And we'll get moving. We'll get the brakes released. Get a decent amount of power on here. Why aren't we moving? Why aren't we moving? There we go. Not too sure what that was about. I think it just needed us to be in sort of dead neutral there for that to work. But anyway, we're on our way now. I think the speed restriction here is 10 mile per hour to start off with, going into a 15 by the looks of things. Oh dear, we've got a red signal straight away here though. Good job I noticed that. We would have been caught out straight away there. Can't stand the red signals on this game for sure. They sort of catch you out. Well, considering our first stop is 7:55, we are late by 10 minutes already. And we've got this red signal here, so there must be some traffic on the line. Most likely, there it is. Most likely a train that we should have been well out of the way of by now. I hope it doesn't want to be into this platform because we are here. They're coming in at a snail's pace by the looks of things. Can we see them yet? Well, we noticed that by using the mouse we could zoom, which is a nice little look. Oh dear, I've sort of knocked it flying there as I've gone to pick it up again. It's very, very sensitive, I'll tell you that much. Let's get ourselves looking back in the right direction. And we'll zoom in, see if we can see this train. There it is. So it looks like the draw distance is good. This one's coming in very slow. Looks like it's going into the platform next to us, platform 8. Which will be here. Do these windows open? Oh, yes they do. So that one was on the mouse. So this one's reversing in, look, if you see. I mean, obviously this is controlled from the front, but... Oh no, that one is controlled from the rear, so that must be the F40. Oh man, mouse has gone crazy. Mouse has gone crazy, okay. We maybe won't use the mouse from now on. I accidentally sort of slipped it off my knee there and it went absolutely nuts. Okay, we'll switch it off because it's going to be a bit of a nuisance by the looks of things. We've got a green signal now as well, so we want to get going even though we're massively late. We won't worry too much though, just for this opening video. Maybe go back and redo this scenario at a later time. Release the brakes, let's get moving. And once again we've got this red warning. There we go, that should be better. This should get us moving now. So here we are coming out of Boston South. I put on full throttle there and we got slipping and sliding quite a bit. We're less than a mile to our next stop, so we don't want to be... As you can see, the wheels are slipping there. We're getting all sorts of warnings. We're way above the speed restriction as well here. So we're heading off in this direction. We've got a straight here and then into the next stop, Boston Back Bay. Let's have a look at the schedule. So potentially we'll take a look on this screen, see what our schedule's like. So yeah, we've only got a couple of stops really, and then that's going to be the end of it. Most of our activity there was in the yard. It's good to see though. Unfortunately, we are very late. If I was to redo this scenario, I'd probably be a lot more sort of efficient and quick on those, in that initial area there. Let me know in the comment section what you guys think of this loco. I mean, it's a fairly plain one in my personal opinion. I did want to drive it, but yeah, it's quite plain. The controls are great though, I do have to say. I'm a fan of its controllability, without a doubt. Just get a little bit of brake on there just to slow us down a bit. Decent amount of cars on the road here. Seen a decent amount of trains so far coming in and out, so that's a good sign as well. That's a good thing, I think, in terms of the actual world that we're driving in here now. Seems like it's a lot more busy, which is good. Once again, we've got trains here, so that's good. So this one's... Couldn't tell if that one was moving or not there, but it did look like it was stopped actually. So we're coming into Boston Back Bay, sorry. Get on the brakes a little bit here. Saw two workmen there stood. That is something which is happening now. It's kind of like these little dioramas that you can see. I think that's actually what they're called as well now, dioramas. You see little scenes of people doing things. It looks like there's a couple over there as well. We'll stop here. And we'll get the doors open like so. Right, I'll just jump out and show you this. First time I've seen it personally. Two guys over there talking. Is this? Yep, a collectible. So that's the first collectible I've found. And I think what I'll do is I'll run along here, see if I can show you, see if we can see that other diorama that we saw back here. I mean, we're way behind time-wise, but who cares? We're having a look around. This is the first time we're seeing this. See if there's any other collectibles here as well. Not too sure what that is. Trash? No. Okay, yeah, another diorama here. So you got these guys stood here with a wheelbarrow. Not too sure what they're doing. Not too sure what they're supposed to be doing. In fact, it's two females. What am I talking about? Right, okay. Well, I'm not too sure what the other collectibles are as well yet. So, yeah, I guess it's kind of fun just to find them as you go. I'm not too stressed about them, to be honest with you. It's not the type, to be honest with you, all the collectibles, it's not the type of thing that I actively want to get 100% of or anything like that. Quite a few more passengers here on the platform, which is good. Wow, look at all these. All different coloured tops. Different items, that's good. Excellent. Good to see the station platform filling up a bit more, although we are behind. We should be locked here and on our way. We'll release the brakes. Let's get moving. So our next stop's a little further away here. See if we can take a look. Not too sure where to put our free camera there. Under the floor by the looks of things. And then outside the station. Where is our train? Okay, well, I guess we didn't get to look around that station as I would have liked. But anyway, we're on our way. See what happens if we go to a front camera. Oh, there we go. That's quite nice to actually be in the tunnel. Because, yeah, on the previous iteration of this game, the previous version, more recent versions anyway, we didn't get to do this in the tunnel. You could only go inside as an internal view. See what happens if we do a free camera. Well, once again, we're outside and sort of this very confused camera, which is clipped right through the landscape. But anyway, so we've got 10 miles to go. I think we can get a bit more power on. Mind you, the wheels are slipping there, so not too much power. Looks like we've got a 100-mile-per-hour speed limit coming up as well, so that could be fun. Just be careful with the power again. Our wheels are slipping all over the place there. We're heading slightly downhill as well, so the wheel slip is something that I would expect more from an uphill climb, but anyway, it must just be the temperature. See if we can get it up a little bit more power-wise. Still got green lights, so that's a good thing. Stop at location route 128, 812. Once again, we're going to be massively late for this one, but looks like we're blasting through this particular station, whatever this one is. Wow, good to see so many passengers there. Hopefully not expecting us to stop. This is rush hour, baby. Actually, I keep flicking it up power-wise and we keep coming across sort of a bit of wheel spin there. Tells us a speed limit here on the dash as well, which is good. I'm looking forward to trying out some of the other routes with this 60 FPS 4K in effect, because yeah, I mean they're going to look a lot better. Obviously they're going to be more smoother. I'm really looking forward to actually retrying maybe one of the routes on the LGV route, because I would like to see that in action. See what the draw distances is like as well. Making some good progress here. We do have a amber light coming up, so maybe just apply a little bit of brake just to be on the safe side. I look forward to the update where they get the mouse to work properly. I wasn't expecting it to work at all, and I'm thrilled that it does, but yeah, it's just a bit rubbish, isn't it? Amber light, followed by another amber. 45 mile per hour speed limit coming up. Get some brakes on. Not slowing down incredibly fast here, in all fairness. Hopefully we won't be too far over by the time the 45 mile per hour speed limit comes round. We'll get a little bit more brake on. Do have a green light. And we are over the speed limit by 9 miles per hour. So we're switching tracks there, that's why. Got 120 mile per hour speed limit coming up. So yeah, I don't like the idea of these trains. They go in one direction, and then when they reverse, they're driven by the rear cab, but they still have the locomotive at the other end, which in my opinion isn't the best. You know, it's not. I just don't fancy it for some reason. I just don't like driving it from that end. You can't hear the engine. You're not actually sat in the loco. But we've got 120 mile per hour speed limit here, so let's pick it up again. Got the brakes, just making sure they're on release there, the auto brake. Bit of flickering going on over here. I don't know whether you can see that. Oh, it's stopped now. Just in the peripheral there. Yeah, it's stopped now. Yeah, just that fire emergency switch, whatever that would be, was flickering. And this is flickering here as well. But I'm not too sure whether that's supposed to or not. But we're on our way anyway, guys. We've got 5.5 miles to go. We'll get a bit more power on. Let's see what this thing looks like from the outside at speed. Nice bush there to block our view. Along we go. Was it a 9-car consist? 9 or 8. Let's have a look on here. See if this will tell us. Well, it says 10 there. 10 cars. So I wonder whether that includes our loco. Anyway, let's come and see if we can take another look at the free camera. Oh, it's not going to work the way I want it to. Oh, well. Here we go, blasting along here. I'm going to switch motion blur off because I can tell you already it's making a mess of things there. And there you go again. That's what you get with motion blur. Looks horrible. I don't know why they enable it as default because it doesn't look very nice at all. We'll go in here and switch that off, and then we'll press menu again to apply that. There we go. I think that looks far better. Let's bring the camera out. As you can see, not as many issues with those overhead lines getting in the way. Look at this. It's like blurry vision, that. Okay, making decent progress here. It was interesting to see those whatever they're called. It was interesting to see those gauges and things like that load in just after we came back into the cockpit there. Call it a cockpit. I think I'm still flying a jet. 3.4 miles to go, 120 mile per hour speed limit coming up. Let's get this thing on full throttle. Let's just see what happens here. We do have an amber light going on though, so I'd maybe ease it back down to idle. One thing's for sure, this thing's going to take some time to slow down. Couple of amber lights. The station's, well, or stopping point, not too sure whether it's a station or a stopping point at this stage, but whatever it is, it's going to take a while to come round. 2.3 miles. I'm watching out for those red lights. When I say it's going to take a while to come round, it's not really, is it? 2 miles. It's coming quick. It's coming quick. We better ease this down a little bit, I think, because these amber lights are coming up again. We've reduced the brakes back down to minimum. We'll see how we get on. 1.4 miles to our stop. Overall, guys, I'd say I really do prefer this update. Unreal Engine 4 is looking great. I don't see any trees popping in, which is fantastic because it was just such a nightmare before. I'll take another look at Cane Creek as well and see how that does because, yeah, I mean, if you've seen my previous videos on that, it's interesting to say the least. Well, it was. I think it'll look a lot better now that this new update's in. Fantastic stuff. 0.7 to go to our stop. You hear that sound kicking in again, whether it's the generator or something of that nature. Don't want to be going too slow here. We've still got, well, just over 900 yards to go to our stop here. 10 mile per hour. Decently rolling. We had the brakes on, which wasn't helping us there as we had the power on as well. Seems you can have both switched on, but if you switch the brakes off, then it gets confused about allowing you to apply power until you're all the way back to neutral. See what we're going to be doing here after we stop. I would imagine the scenario is going to end and we'll find out how we've done. I don't think we've done brilliantly because we are way behind. I mean, it's 8:25 now in the game, and this stop's supposed to happen at 8:12. We've been running about 10 minutes, if not more, behind for every single one of our stops. So this little indicator here is interesting. So it said clear before, I think. It's now saying restrict. Another busy platform here, guys. Get the doors unlocked like so. Let's see these people getting on and off. See how they do here. Good work, another engineer will continue the westbound journey. Excellent. Well guys, I really hope you've enjoyed this one. If you have, please do leave me a like, and if you're not already subbed to the channel, I'd really appreciate if you'd go ahead and do that. If you switch on notification bells, you will be notified of any upcoming videos. I'm just laughing there because I've actually got a gold medal. Can't believe that. But yeah, I guess it was sort of the overall drive that we did, which was a good one, even though we were massively late. But that's great. I'm glad to see that gold medal. That's awesome. But yeah, thanks so much for coming through, guys. If you've enjoyed this one, there will be a bunch of other videos on the screen now, which is my content. You'll be able to check that out as well if you so desire. Thanks for coming through, guys, and I'll catch you again soon.